Hello again. This is Leon, also known as That Is Something. Welcome back to my often not seen videos. So, at the moment you're watching gameplay from Watch Dogs. This one is something about over the bridge or something. Anyway, it's a mission, gang hideout mission. I just have to go and profile 3 targets and actually take them down using the traditional, not the gun way. As you can see, I'm starting off with the hardcore shoot everybody that's moving schema. Right, so actually this whole chat isn't about, or video isn't about Watch Dogs, although you can see it probably is. It's about sort of that thing. It's about next gen games. So E3 just happens. Well, it's just happening actually in 2014. It's 12th of June. First World Cup game today. Uninteresting fact there. So if you're watching this a year ahead of time, insert winning team here. So what I want to talk about is next gen games, and is it really, I mean, has next gen really impressed us? Well, it hasn't impressed me. It hasn't impressed me. I'll tell you why. Because on E3 last year, or throughout last year, when next gen games were being heralded as the next big thing, the PS4 owners and by extension the Xbox One owners were all hyped about games. And they're seeing all these great games and all great renderings and some fantastic graphics, and the games are so rich and deep and varied. And so all these demoers were on the E3 stage, apparently playing the games with their controllers. And I was going, I doubt that very much. I mean, whoever in their right minds lets the demo gods drive? But what I mean by demo gods is that when you're doing a live demo of any product whatsoever, it will get wrong. So I can't believe that they went on for an hour or something like that and not one problem. So I reckon it's all pre-canned. I mean, that's okay. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather them own up and say it's all pre-canned, we're not playing it, but we'll talk you through it. I'm happy with that. Now, so the games industry's got a habit of now, I don't know whether that's recently, but now of showing game footage that's really fantastic. That's brilliant. It looks absolutely fantastic, brilliant, and it does give you a really great expectation of graphically the game is going to be fantastic. But when it gets released, they turn the dial back a bit. So certainly Watch Dogs, what we're watching now, was screened at E3 with a different version than it was released with, and Ubisoft are open about that. In a lesser extent, Forza was actually demoed with a larger scale of games, if you see what I mean. So of graphics, should I say. So the graphics were better on the demo than they were on the release, and that's sort of in the industry now. They start calling it the Forzaning. So any game that gets nerfed as part of the release, it's been Forzaned. So it's the Forzaning of a game, which is quite weird. So there's quite a few games that have been Forzaned. I mean, things like I don't know, like Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, I never expected that to be a graphical tour de force, really. Yeah, from the very start, it looked just like the 360 version, but with the or the PS3 version, but with the anti-aliasing turned up a bit, which is fine. We can accept that because it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be. I don't think that they meant it to be a graphical next-gen experience. AKA like the Division is more of a is one game that I'm looking forward to graphically, but Call of Duty Ghosts, not particularly, wasn't impressed. But then it wasn't supposed to be, and I was impressed just because of the gameplay. Things like Titanfall as well, the Xbox One, graphically, still falling short, I think, from what it was shown as on when it was released as a demo, video demos. So the overall question is next gen really that good? I mean, I want to be hyped. I really do want to be hyped for next gen. Are we just getting to the point where PCs were like a decade ago? What really pees me off is that what we get shown is not what we get. But then in life, I guess that's a big thing. I mean, you always get the marketing. The marketing is just make you buy the thing, and when you get it, it may not be what you bought, but surely, graphically, if you want to impress and be the big star of E3, graphically you can be okay, but with a good gameplay, I think you can win it. I don't know what the games manufacturers are playing at really. I mean, obviously you've got the hardware manufacturers like Microsoft and Sony, who obviously have their own studios, so first party and second party studios, who have access to all these, basically sat next to developers. As a disclaimer here, I actually work for Microsoft, okay, so anything I say, I'll try to be neutral, but if I come across as being Microsoft heavy, please do tell me, and I will change that and be more balanced. But both Sony and Microsoft have first-party developers, so that's people who are sat and funded by Microsoft, and they've got second-party who are like their offshoots, a bit like Lionhead. From Microsoft, so they get more support. So graphically, they're going to concentrate on their format, their PS4 or Xbox One, and they're going to push through, and they're going to make it as graphically the best game they can possibly make it to be, because they've got access to all the bits and bobs, they've got access to all the developers, whereas the third-party ones, they're going, well, we actually have to develop for more than one platform, and our engine's got to work everywhere, so it's got to work for the lowest common denominator. So you can sort of see this as it's next gen. Great, I think it's great, but I don't think it's that great. It could have been so much more. I think it could have been. Next gen seems to me is the next generation, next iteration, rather than just putting more hardware in. I thought the hardware could be modular, and I could remove my have modules on my console, whichever console it would be, a PS4 or a Xbox One, where I can remove a video module, for instance, so the video card comes out in a module, and I can buy a new one, plug it in, and games I buy graphically will be better. But again, that introduces the issue where you're coding for more than one platform. Although, if it was PC World, not the shop, by the way, if it's PC World, you get another graphics card, you just turn up the details. So I don't see what the problem is. But I guess it's the whole modular idea that's not catching on, or you've got more issues with marketing and sales and manufacturing and things like that. But you can make money out of it, really good money, and you could buy an AMD module or a NVIDIA module, and you can plug. So you've opened the third-party market for your hardware, which is quite weird. So you've actually reduced your costs in a way. So yeah. That's my whole take on the next gen thing. I'm kind of disappointed. I like the richness of the games, the depth, and it's something I guess you couldn't really achieve with a 360 or PS3. Although GTA 5 did come across that on the 360. I played it. That was really deep. I mean, it was really good. It's quite rich, and Watch Dogs isn't quite there, which is surprising. But GTA 5 is coming out for the Xbox One. I don't know if it's coming out for PS4. I don't really follow the PS4 much, sorry. But if you can let me know in the comments section below if it's coming out for the PS4, I can imagine it is. Rockstar are going to cut their sales in half or more than half. So the GTA 5 is coming out for the Xbox One. They're always saying, I know there was a rumour back when the next gen came out, and people were saying, well, Rockstar could just put it onto the Xbox One and just leave it. As in, just port it straight across. I mean, probably it's not as simple as that. It's probably not copy and paste it, but they were talking about, I don't know whether that was true or not, whether just to release it as a port. But we know you can do it, because just been announced on E3, there's a Halo series. It comes on one Blu-ray, and it's all playable on the Xbox One. So the original 360 games are playable. The whole trilogy, it's not trilogy, is it? Whole anthology, they call it, isn't it? Whole anthology of Halo can be played on the Xbox One as it was developed, and also they've upped the graphics a bit and they've done retouches to the games, but everything is the same. But so that is so it is possible to port games across, and it looks like it's pretty much a simple task, but it's less than rebuilding the whole thing. I wouldn't mind having my old X360 games to play on. I don't mind that at all. I mean, now we've got USB hard drive support. I wouldn't mind a hard drive full of my 360 games, because I'd just dive in. I'd have to change discs or CDs. I've still got backups too on my 360, which I play quite a bit. I'd love to play it on my Xbox One. That'd be brilliant. It'd be one of those great sort of things where I can get rid of my Xbox 360. And if they release a patch for it that upgrades the graphics slightly, even better. But I don't think that'll happen. I think everybody's concentrating on the new Call of Duty, which I'll talk about in a future video. But it remains to be say, this is going to end soon, so you can get rid of me now. So like me, please, subscribe, or comment and subscribe and like. It's up to you. But next time I'll be doing something else. I'll speak to you later. Bye.